Hey, welcome back. All right, so today we're going to be doing some placemat DIYs. I wanted to show you how you can use your placemats to make some high-end style DIYs. So let's get right into it. I'm going to be using these black canvases. If you don't have a canvas, you can use something similar. If you don't have a black one, you can paint it. You can do it whatever color you feel, but I'm going to be using black. And these placemats that I have from Walmart, you can see you're just really going to figure out where you want to place them. They're not too thick, they're not too thin, so they're a good detail for this idea. All right, so what I'm going to be doing is hot gluing them on once I decide where I want the placement to be. And you're just going to have to hold it down in place kind of till it dries. You don't want to press on it too much because it's little holes in it and the hot glue will come up and burn you. But you're just going to place it around where you want it to be. And you don't want to put too much hot glue because you don't want it to look all lumpy and gluey. Once what you're doing dries there, then you'll go around and you'll place the hot glue on and again hold it down and glue that into place. So it's real simple for this part. If you wanted to, you could also pull it around for the back side, not for the front side, just the back side. You can use a staple gun and staple it into place so that it's really nice and secure. For the corners, I'm just cutting into the corner and then laying it out as smooth as possible and then still going around with the hot glue and gluing it into place. So you're just going to be snipping the corners, kind of like if you were doing a corner of anything, you would just, snip it so you can fold it and stuff and put it into place. And then I'm cutting off the excess in the back. But like I said, if you were using a staple gun, then you can staple it down there and pull it over. And then for the excess again, I'm just going to cut it off and then use that piece on the other side. You can do this with a bigger canvas and more placemats to get or you can use these long ones and then kind of line it up in a way where it's like that set type. You can do a lot of things with it, but for this one I'm just going to be using one, and again I'm going to put that one on the same way, and then I'm just showing you with the scraps you can do other little things with it if you chose to, but I just used the two main pieces. And this is how it turned out, and I think it's super cute and super glam. Okay, again, we're back at the placemats because we're going to be showing you how to use placemats for glam. You can use this dollar store vase. I just wanted to show you the comparison. I'm using a cardboard tube, but they are similar to the same size, just the tube is a little bit taller. So I'm going to cut it down. So I'm really just going to score it around because it's kind of thick just to start cutting straight through. And then make a deep enough cut just in one side so that I can push it in and get my scissors in there and cut it to the size that I want. But like I said, you don't have to use the cardboard tube. You could use a Dollar Tree vase, or you could use something with that cylinder type shape that you can do this with, or you can use something without a cylinder type shape. Whatever you want to do. But for this, I am doing that. I'm not putting a bottom piece on it because I'm not using it as an actual vase, but you could attach a bottom piece to it if you wanted to. I'm going to come in and I'm going to paint it with this acrylic paint. It's going to give it one coat because of the way with the placemats you will see what's underneath it. So if you want to add color to it, that would be a good idea, especially since it's cardboard. If you're using the vase, it is clear. You may not want to add color to it, but for this, I'm going to add the color to it, and then I'm going to also paint in the inside just in case you can see from whatever angle you're at. I want to make sure that you don't see the white and the wording in the inside, so I'm just painting down a little bit in there, and then you're going to put that aside and you're going to let that dry, so then you can go on to the next step. But you want to just do this first if you're going to be doing the coloring. If you're not going to be doing the coloring, you don't have to do that first. But once it's dry and everything is good, then you'll take that piece and then you just come on and cover it with your placemat. So you'll take your placemat and you'll take the ends, like the part that goes on the table. You'll take that part, put it towards the vase piece, and then just roll it as tight as you can. You can cut it off. You can do a little thing there with it, but I'm just going to overlap it to give it that little look, and then like I said, pulling it as tight as I can and gluing it down once I got towards the edge because I didn't want those little pieces to rise up. I glued around each individual piece on the inside. But as you're going, you're just going to make sure that you're holding down, giving it a chance to dry and everything to stick together, because if you don't, it might come apart, or maybe you want to tie it down with something. But I just held it down for a few seconds with my hand so everything stuck together, and then I went on to the next step. It's real simple, real easy. And again, you don't want to use too much glue because you don't want it coming through the little hole part. So you want to use just enough to get everything to stick together nice. Once that all dries, then it should look something like this, which is super cute, but you want it to be able to stand up. So you're going to find your bottom of it and just cut around the base so that it can stand up, because with those pieces right there, it won't be able to. If you pulled it further up and then had it at the bottom looking, but anyway, I didn't do that. I did it like this. So I cut that so it's nice and even at the bottom, and that is it for that. So now you have two ways that you can use those placemats. These placemats only cost a couple of dollars, and I think it turned out super good. If you like, please give it a big old thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one.